This is a Blairing Out with Eric Blair show coming to you from Pins Bowling Center in beautiful Studio City, California for the 5th annual Ronnie James Dio Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund's Bowl for Ronnie event. And I'm here with music historian, radio personality, and author Eddie Trunk.
Why is it important to Eddie Trunk to support the Ronnie James Dio Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund?
Well, two reasons. Most importantly, it's a great cause for a horrible disease that affects so many, and it's done in the name of a dear friend that I miss every single day, and we all wish was still here. And it's just a great opportunity to get so many great friends together and celebrate Ronnie and raise money for a great cause that Wendy and her team put so much behind. So I'm honored that twice a year I get to do something like this. I do the ride and I do this, and I've hosted every one of them, and I work my schedule. I flew in day of from East Coast. I left a resort in Dominican Republic. It's like, if I can at all be here, I'm going to be here. So.
And Eddie, you are kind of instrumental in the fact that Dave Grohl is supporting the foundation now too.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I really, the reason why Dave is here is, I know Dave, but not well. So I don't have a direct link to him. But the reason why Dave is here is because Geezer Butler, who is on my team, texted Dave. So Geezer invited Dave. So that's pretty cool because Geezer bowled with me. My team is always quite a marquee team of names, and I'm lucky that happens. But last year, for the first time, I got Geezer to bowl. I reached out to him, and he was willing to do it, and he bowled for the first time ever in his life last year on my team for this. So I went back to him again this year. I said, you want to go another year? And he said, he's in. And then a week or two later, I get a note from his wife, who's his manager, and said, oh, by the way, Geezer texted Dave Grohl, and he might be on the team too. And that's how Dave is here. So usually I have Tom Morello, who has been my wingman for every one of these. Tom's on tour, couldn't do it, so we're plugging in Grohl.
Now, Eddie, one of the things that we love is we love being able to access your show on YouTube. Now, a number of people have bootlegged your show over the last couple years, and now it's being bootlegged again. But the thing is, it gives us a chance to hear your stuff.
What show are you talking about? Which one?
I guess it's your XM show where you sit down.
That's on live every day on Volume. Yeah, and right after I do it live, people record it and post it all over the place. I'm fine with that. I have no problem with it. I don't do it myself, but I encourage people to get the service and listen live so they can call in and be engaged. But after that, I know it's a YouTube world and everything ends up there, and I'm just about getting the content out there, so whatever it takes. But ideally, in a perfect world, people would become SiriusXM subscribers and just listen to the show live when it's on, because not to be a pitch man for the company, but for like the cost of a couple Starbucks, you can get a month of radio. So it's really great. But the bootlegging stuff or the posting of it, I honestly have no problem with, but it's not me doing it. It's up to the company if they want to police that.
The interviews and the knowledge that you have about the industry and the history of the industry and the way the money works in the industry is fascinating. And you've opened up so many people's minds to that.
Well, I've been doing this a really, really long time, and I find that a lot of fans are very naive to the way the business works. And things that I take for granted, fans just don't know. And I think if they got the honest truth about things, which I try to do, it'll open their eyes a little bit. I'm not trying to exploit anything, or certainly not outing anybody on anything. It's just the way, the reality of the business, and that this is really a business for these people. And the ins and outs and the good and bad of that. So I pride myself on being real and being honest and telling it how I see it. Not everybody's always going to like that, but I think it's what makes what I do a little bit unique.
You just had a top 20 countdown recently on your show. You had a bunch of people call in and did the Sabbath top 20, and a lot of Ronnie songs ended up in those.
Yeah, that was a huge shock and really great to see that most lists, overall, I'd say almost 40 to 45% was Ronnie Ronnie Sabbath songs. It was awesome to see. We were really happy to see that.
And the hot song was The Sign of the Southern Cross.
Yeah, that was the sleeper. I mean, I had it on my list. I didn't expect everybody else to, but that was great.
Well, tell me one highlight of the moments. Tell me a special moment that you had with Ronnie.
When Sabbath first reunited in 2006, well, I should say last reunited in 2006 under the name Heaven and Hell, I went to England and did the first interview with them to announce the reunion. And at that time, the DIO Years was coming out, the DVD. And it was just, we had a couple extra days off there, and we just hung out, me and him, and we had dinner and drinks and just told stories. And we had known each other a long time, but just to be in that environment, we were in Birmingham in this old castle which had been turned into a hotel, and one night we just sat there and he wouldn't let me go to sleep because he wanted me to get over the jet lag, and he just talked me into sitting there with him at the bar all night and just having some pints, and just, it's a moment I'll never forget. I cherish it all the time. I really wanted to go to bed because I was so jet lagged, and he talked me into not doing it, and I'm so glad that he did.
Eddie Shrug, you are the man. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thanks.
The Blairing Out Show.